We got LAKocktail with the West Coast office.
We are both here.
Look at that. Look at that. It's like a meeting of the minds.
Primed and ready.
What we got here, we got 2 Fernets. We've got the original Fernet, which I believe is from Turin, Italy. Oh,
That's
it's from
all I
Milano. Hey, there you go. It's from Milano.
Okay, there you
I
go.
have cousins in Milan. Okay, so it's Milanese. And then the other one is a California Fernet, which I guess is a American interpretation of Fernet by Geiger Glog Inc. of San Carlos, California. So both of these, I believe, are no, the Italian one is 39%. The California one is 40%. So what I'm thinking is we try them side by side to see what the difference is. And the Italian one is kind of, I don't know, what do you want to call it, like a badge of honor these days, because it's one of the more bitter of the of these types of drinks. I kind of grew up on variations of this, not exactly Fernet.
You grew up on variations of a Fernet?
Well, I mean, I'm a first generation guy, so my parents would have all those Italian amari and all that digestifs and all that stuff. So we always had Averna, which was like the house digestif, and there'd also be Cynar and a few others. But those were the basics. Really, it was mostly Averna and Cynar, which are both great if you like this kind of stuff.
I like the Averna. I like the Cynar.
Yeah, they're a little sweeter.
Right. I can also say that I'm typically used to mixing them in a cocktail, so having that as your digestif is unusual for me. All right, there we are.
Okay, so we could do these a little sub. Now, by the way, I like this over ice. This is really nice over ice. I'll rarely have it by itself. They also make a mint version, which is really good. But the mint version is a lot more syrupy and sweet. That's really good over ice. Just let it mellow over a long time and let it dilute. That's pretty good.
All right.
So, all right, let's go in. I'm going to try the original first.
You're going to try the original. Here we go.
Just the nose.
Smell.
Just the nose. It's got the bitterness. I mean, you could definitely get the bitterness.
It's got like coffee notes. It's got tobacco. It's got bitterness. It's got
some mint too, though, like menthol.
A little bit of floralness.
Yeah. Right, kind of a very astringent-y, right.
How about like a witch hazel?
Ooh, there you go.
I don't know what witch hazel is.
When I was in elementary school and I dressed as a witch for Halloween, my mom told me that every time I knocked on the door and said trick or treat, I should say, "Hello, I'm Witch Hazel."
But I'm bummed.
And I had no idea what that meant, so of course I did that.
That's funny. That's fun. Did you smell the other one yet?
Not yet.
I would say put them side. I mean, they're decidedly different. They're very, very different.
Ooh.
I think the California one is a little more mellow, maybe.
Much
a little
more
sweeter.
Subtle. Much more subtle.
I almost need a palate cleanser in between.
Oh, have you tasted them or you're just smelling?
I was just smelling.
Oh, okay. The California one is almost like citrusy, almost like maybe like orange, like orange oil.
Right. Yes. It's very much sweeter. It's very, what do I want to say? Smoother, mellower.
Yeah.
It's very much more pleasant.
Now, you mentioned you just bought a bottle of, you bought the bottle of absinthe.
Yes.
If you crack that open and smell that, I think you're going to get like some anise or licorice.
Yeah, this is really interesting. When I do it by now, I'm really side by side.
They're really, I think they're very different.
Yes, I would not have expected that. You'd think a Fernet would be similar, but wow.
But I mean, different interpretation. That's fine.
Right.
I mean, if you drink beer and you try an IPA, I mean, there's 75 different kinds of IPAs.
Oh.
So why not be open to interpretation?
We just pulled up the Geiger Spirits website. A dry and grassy Fernet that slaps you in the face in a good way.
Nice.
Will make its mark on the current Amari landscape. Rich and complex, yet not overpowering. Grassier and less sweet than other Fernets on the market. And its 21 roots, herbs, and spices are playfully balanced on the drinker.
Okay. I'm going to go in for a little taste.
Yeah. So are you doing your Fernet, Fernet
Yeah, I'm doing
Branca?
the. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Milanese first.
Buongiorno.
Buonasera.
It's minty, which I had not expected.
Yeah, it is. And I don't usually have it. I usually have it over ice or something like that. But it's very herbal, very herbal,
Right.
and it's kind of astringent too, don't you think? Like really dry.
Yes.
But it's nice. I mean, I think it's pretty good. The other Krouse would hate it.
Yeah, the other Krouse is not even touching it, pretty much.
See, like I said though, I kind of grew up on this stuff, so this is just a more intense version of an Averna.
Well, I've heard many times it's an acquired taste. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So if you grew up on it, then this would be definitely more comfortable.
Right. And again, like you said, this is the kind of stuff you should be spitting out because it's poison.
Well, so one of my thoughts was, if you said astringent, I think I've heard medicinal. It even looks like betadine. It's just if it's not in your experience, it doesn't look like something you'd expect.
No, but I mean, I like this one. I'm just curious to see how they're different. I don't think this isn't a pick the winner. This is more of a compare contrast. So, yeah, this one, I mean, the smell is completely different on the California Fernet.
Alrighty. I like the smell of the California Fernet.
Oh, that's nice too. But again, decidedly different. Much less bitter.
Ooh.
That's nice, right?
Yes. Yeah. You definitely get an ooh from me.
See, I think this, as Limpy would say, this is a kick to the crotch, the Italian one. This one is like a gentle, like wake up, slap in the face.
Right. Well, it's interesting that the Geiger site says that it is grassier and less sweet. I find it.
I think it's more sweet. Oh, I agree. I think it's a lot sweeter.
Yeah.
But I think this is more, as we like to say, approachable.
Very much so.
They're both very nice. I can't say I like one or the other. I just think they're just very different.
Now but I think that for me, as opposed to having it in a cocktail, if I was sipping, the California Fernet is in my sipping profile.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, the Milano would definitely be in a cocktail profile. It has a very distinctive taste, adds a certain dimension.
By the way, the Argentinians, I believe, like the Fernet with Coca-Cola and a wedge of lime.
Now I like a wedge of lime with my Coca-Cola. That I can get on board with.
Yeah, wow. I think it's something. I know it's definitely Coke and Fernet. I don't know if it's a lime or an orange peel or whatever, but that is definitely a drink.
Now, since you're talking to the female version of the Krouse House, it would have to be lime and Diet Coke. Yeah.
Oh, treat yourself.
Yeah.
Get a good get a Mexican Coca-Cola, some pure cane sugar. It's delightful.
Right. So this, So now I'm like on board with people who say they really like the Fernets. This puts me in that frame of mind.
It's good, and it's really nice. It really is good after a meal. It really does kind of settle your stomach and give you a little buzz.
Wow. Yeah.
So I honestly I can't pick a winner of these two. I think they're both just decidedly different.
I would agree. I would say it's not, as you said, it's not about choosing a winner. It's compare and contrast. They have their different places. The Milano Fernet, as I said, I could easily envision that giving a particular depth to a cocktail. It's not nearly as sweet.
This one amps up the bitterness.
Yeah.
Definitely more bitter, but it's also very minty.
Yeah, that was an unusual, kind of an unusual treat.
But this one here is definitely more like licorice, maybe, or anise with the orange.
I get the orange. Yeah, maybe licorice. Yeah, we'll see what happens when we open the absinthe, because once we open that, any thought that this has any licorice or anise in it is going to go right out the window.
Right. True. Right. Very true. So I like them. You want to move on to the cocktail section?
Yeah.
All right. Keep this running.
Sorry.
I'm going to get some ice. No, it's fine. Just keep this going. I'm just going to get this is an easy one to make. So I'll move the glasses over. I just got to get a couple ice cubes. I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got I'm going to call it the Ferrari Maranello because this one's made with the Italian Fernet. And this one's going to be the Ferrari California, which is an actual car, and it's quite stunning. Okay, so I'm going to try the Ferrari Maranello first.
How's it smell?
Oh, I mean, you talked about, who was it, the Minty? Mr. Krouse?
Yeah. Shauna, yep.
Yep, the Minty talked about it, and I never had it before. I never heard of it. And I tried it like the next night you mentioned it, and I got to say, it just works. I didn't think it would. I thought it would be like really too bitter, but I don't think it is.
Apparently, there's a whole list of 50-50 digestive cocktails like this.
Mm-hmm.
You're just pairing them.
By the way, you know what?
Right.
For the Mister, try the California Fernet with some of that High West Double Rye. Go like 1 part, 2 parts, and I think you would like that. I think that will work out really well because I've done it with the Averna, or I've tried it with the Chinar, and it really does go well.
Over ice.
They pair very nicely. Nice, easy peasy cocktail. Okay, so let's go in and try these.
I like the the orange twist with the somewhat minty.
It works, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird stuff you wouldn't think works, but it really does.
It grows on me.
They're very different drinks.
Wow.
Right?
Yes, they are.
This one is much more herbally. Like, not herbally, but like minty. Or is it like the anise and the licorice? Not overpowering, not like an anisette or a sambuca.
Right. It's it mellows with the Campari.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, very distinctly different.
Like this one is more of that, a little more bitter. It's not super bitter because I think the Campari really has a good bit of sweetness to it. It's got a lot of sugar.
Right.
That's very syrupy. I mean, you've unscrewed the top and you get all that crystallized sugar on the top.
Right. But I in this case the California Fernet with the orange profile and a little cinnamon.
This is a much easier going drink.
Yes. But again, depending on what you want or what you like, if Fernet with that bitter profile is your thing, the Fernet-Branca with the Campari, that's a pretty
that's a solid drink.
Yeah. Checking to see if the partner here is going to try one.
I think he should.
I will.
Yeah.
You are the man on the street.
Yeah.
You are the man on the street.
As you did.
You are Ed McMahon to Johnny Carson tonight.
Right.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
I'm watching.
Do you have a bucket?
Oh.
This is just not my thing.
That's okay.
It's like you almost needed to see that.
That's funny.
It's just too much like cough medicine.
Did he do like the bitter beer face? Remember bitter beer face?
That was me. I had the bitter beer face from the inside.
Yeah, it wasn't the bitter beer face, but it was a slow head shake.
Like a look of disgust.
This weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's this weird
anger and disdain.
Yeah, there's a bit of anger and disdain on the back of my tongue, and it's kind of rolling to the underside of my tongue.
Yeah.
And just staying there and not leaving. So, like me, there's just this ongoing bitterness.
Hey, this is why we get along.
That's right. All right, we're trying number 2. California Kid's gonna try the California version.
That California one, I almost just got like a little bit of like chocolatiness.
There's a little bit of chocolate to it.
Maybe
dark, bitter chocolate.
Yeah, we like bitter.
You like bitter.
Wow. I was talking about your personality, son.
Hey now. Yeah, these are not my wheelhouse. Did we mention that before?
Yes, we did. That's okay. That's all right. No big deal. That's more for me.
I would never I can honestly say I would never order this drink in a
Oh, I
bar
would.
or anywhere else.
Oh, I totally would. I
Yeah,
totally would.
this is you guys. This is not me.
But
It's just, yeah, I don't get it.
yeah, which it's interesting because I was watching the taste of the California, the what is this, the Ferrari,
California Ferrari.
California Ferrari,
Uh-huh.
and the response was almost a puzzled look.
There was a little. Well, I was expecting it to be more like the Milano version, and it was bitter, but in a different way. Not. I wonder how it would be for me if it was 2-to-1 Campari to Fernet. So it's a lot sweeter. I don't know.
So-
Or maybe it needs some sort of sugar in it, like, I don't know, simple syrup or.
There's a lot of sugar in there.
I know. It's just
Maybe
I
a little
can't
sweet.
get that bitterness. I can't cut through.
I would be fascinated to try various other Fernet cocktails and compare these two. They're totally different. They're totally different.
You mean the two Fernets?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
very different.
And as I said before, I had tried a Ferrari and I thought, oh, it's not my thing, but it grows on me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to keep going back for more.
Well, obviously, I'm not having a problem finishing this. So.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm going to go drink a little more in a little bit. So.
Right.
Good stuff. So, all right, conclusions. What do we think here?
2 different Fernets, 2 different profiles, 2 different moods, 2 completely different cocktails.
Yeah. I enjoyed them on their own. I enjoyed them in the cocktail. I'd be curious to find out what you come up with in terms of cocktails, because I'd love to recreate some.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yep.
by all means, keep us in the loop.
We will definitely be searching for that.
Nice. So this was fun.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to indulge in driving a couple of Ferraris.
Hey, there you go. You don't get to do that often.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
don't get to do that ever. So.
Right.
All right. So this was fun. And big thank you to Vision Wine and Spirits for sending a bottle to the West Coast and a bottle to the East Coast. And cheers.
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 Yes.